happy International Youth Day celebration to you, dear viewer. Welcome to this very special edition of our talk show on West Nile TV. As we light up the region, we keep bringing in guests from all walks of life to discuss issues that we think are of great importance to this region and to this country at large. My name is Opingopi Yusuf Andabati, and this day we want to take a look at the International Youth Day celebration. And this celebration, as we are all aware, is taking shape, actually took shape this day virtually at the State House in Entebbe. And as West Nile TV, we keep diving deep into a number of discussions to ascertain what issues are affecting the young people, and we keep bringing you such a discussion at this very point in time. And in the studios, I have a guest with me, like I told you earlier on. She is none other than Honorable Asianzu Silvia Cynthia. She's the Female Youth Councilor for Arua Central Division. Honorable Councilor, you're most welcome to the studios of West Nile TV.
Thank you very much, West Nile TV and Opingopi, for hosting me here this great evening of our Youth Day celebration. Okay, and now we are getting straight into the discussion. As you are aware, we'll want to first of all start with the theme for the National Day celebration. We are looking at the youth innovation for transformation of food system and also sustainable human health. Exactly.
What do you make of this?
Yeah, actually that theme is really very good. There is a lot connected to that theme. Actually, each and every word in that theme means a lot, beginning with the food systems. Actually, let's talk about youth innovations. By youth innovations, we mean the problems that are identified by the young people and the solutions that they have towards these problems. That is what we mean by the youth innovations. Then when you come to food systems, there is a lot again that we can talk about food system, because it's like the whole process from producing food to consuming it, and even up to disposing the waste. And in the middle there, we have a lot of processes like even marketing and selling. So there is a lot in that. And then sustainable health, of course, is more of self-explanatory. How are we going to sustain the health of our people as youth and as the future leaders and as the future of this country? How are we going to have a sustainable health? So I really love that theme, and yeah, I'm very grateful to whoever came up with it for this year 2021 Youth Day celebrations. Okay, as we look at one of the aspects of the theme, innovation, creativity, how creative are the young people in this country, in your perspective? To me, the young people in this country are really so creative. The young people have a lot of ideas and innovations, but the support towards the young people is not enough. You're saying the young people have a lot of ideas and innovations. How much have some of these ideas transformed into money? Because you will know that such an idea is brilliant when it has monetary value, when it has economic value. So we are not seeing such happen. So how would you make such a statement as regards to our young people and innovation? Actually, the truth is we're talking about ideas, but we've not even spoken about them maturing into money, simply because the youth don't have startup capital. It's very hard, because you find in government they are like do things in groups, and then we have soft loans in the bank, we have the youth venture capital, we have the youth loans, but for you to access them, they need you to have a running business. You can have a very brilliant idea, but the bank asks you, where is your running business? Anywhere you want to access capital to put your idea into reality, they ask you, you need collateral, you need security, and the youth don't have. But when you sit with them and you interact with them, they have a lot of ideas, and most of their ideas end up just phasing away like that because they don't have enough support. So I would say the government should do more on on financing the youth, on startup capital, instead of supporting something which is already there.
Which has already picked up.
Yes.
Okay. You realize that there are various entities through which the youth can get money from the government. We are talking about the recently created Emyoga. We are talking about Youth Livelihood Fund. Name them.
Yes.
There is also a special fund which is through Centenary Bank, which is supposed to benefit the young people.
Yeah.
And you're still going ahead lamenting the government should go ahead and help the young people.
So what I can tell you is, beginning with the Youth Venture Capital, that's the one which is then Centenary.
Yes, Youth
because
Venture.
as a youth, I took it upon myself to go and find out. So now coming to the government programs, let's talk about Emyoga, the most recent one. You know, in Emyoga, there is a registration fee and a membership fee, something like that, where each member of a group is supposed to pay 20,000 shillings.
Whoa.
So trust me, most of these youth have gone to the CDOs, they have got the forms, but when it comes to the 20,000 shillings, it has per person, it has been a challenge. Okay. You find that you alone, you can afford the 20,000, but your colleagues cannot. So it becomes very hard to raise 200,000 to register in the main circle, and this is a very, very real problem, because I tried to go to the youth and ask them what is happening. Emyoga is here for us, and in a whole mother group there are only like 7 youth groups, and yet when you look at other places like the restaurant owners, there you find over 100 groups, but for the youth only 7 groups, 9 groups. What is happening? They told us for us we couldn't raise the 200,000. Now coming to talk about the youth livelihood program, the bureaucracies are so many. You have to go here, you go there. Even Emyoga was not easy. You have to go to this office and that, and you find most of the youths really give up. So we still appeal that so many steps have to be reduced, and they should make accessing most of these things so easy for the youth.
You know our country is a corrupt country.
Yes.
Are those steps not to mitigate corruption?
Those steps, sometimes it's just hard to understand them. Like, for sure, it's so hard. They are not so clear, because now it's not also corruption, because when you look at the youth livelihood program, you find that people pick this money, but there is no follow-up. I don't know how they are planning to do follow-up for Emyoga, but for the youth livelihood program, you find so many groups take up the money,
and they run away.
Then they run away, and no one.
I hear some chairpersons even run to Congo,
yes,
run to South
Congo, Sudan. So I really don't know, if they want to solve the issue of corruption, then they should also like get more serious on like the follow-up of those groups and those individuals.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And now let's shift some gears a little bit. As a female youth councillor for Central Division, I want us to look at the plight of the female youth. Within this period, ever since the COVID-19 pandemic came into existence, well, we're living with it, you realize that the number of female youths, female children who have dropped out of school is so alarming. You go to the communities, you realize it is everywhere. What steps are you putting in place to make sure that such a situation is mitigated? Or it's already out of hand, there's nothing we can do about it?
Thank you very much. The situation is really, really bad, but it's not out of hand. There is a lot you can do about it. So what we are trying to do at the moment, ever since we got into office, is to get the data of these teenage mothers and keep in touch with them and see how best we can help them. We have so many organizations that have come on board. We have Reproductive Health Uganda. They are like getting these people through us, so we go to the community. So since we have the information, we gave it to them. They had a very good program whereby these teenage mothers, not only the teenage mothers, but the teenagers can access reproductive health services for free in most of the clinics that we have within the town center, within the city center. So we again also have Care International. They have what we call the woman mentors, and they are moving into the communities. And then for us leaders and the politicians, they also consult us and ask us like, how best do you think these programs can be held? But as youth leaders, we are doing our best to first of all have the data and see how we can help these girls and see how we can go into the community, because going into the community sometimes it takes a lot, but we are doing our best. And then we have also been working together with the media, the traditional media like you, the radio stations and the TVs, to talk to these young girls and to tell them to take care of themselves and how best they can take care of themselves. We've been doing that a lot.
With all this, the work you've been doing, and also with the situation that we are having at hand, is there a light at the end of the tunnel, in your view? Do you think at the end of the day, there's something you're going to achieve as far as this is concerned?
For sure, it's very hard to measure it right now, but one step we are planning so hard for is just in case schools open, we want to do our best to reach schools on time, like each and every time, to go and talk to these young girls. The results might not be felt right now, it might not be measured right now, but we know slowly by slowly to have an impact in the community.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, now let's look at the aspect of the health. In the theme for this celebration of today, there's the aspect of the human health. And let's zero that down from the perspective of the girl child. Issues to do with the sanitary health, sanitary towels in our communities. Are these not some of the issues that are affecting the girl child to the extent of becoming teenage mothers?
Yeah, for sure. The issue of sanitary pads has caused a lot of girls to drop out of school, leave alone getting even married. They drop out of school just because of their periods. Because you're on your periods, you're in primary, young boys are laughing at you, you just get out of school. So I really feel like teachers, when I was in primary, we used to have those girl talks where they tell us about menstruation periods, but I think more effort should be added on what has been there, because for sure girls are dropping out. And then sanitary pads are so expensive. Someone was telling me, if I cannot afford to buy a bar of soap at maybe 1,500, how am I going to buy a sanitary towel that is at 3,000 shillings? So it is a challenge, and you look at them and you're like, now how best can we help these ones? So we're also looking at a way of maybe reducing the money, the price of those pads, especially the disposables. But as Cynthia, I encourage many young girls out there to get reusable pads, because these reusable pads are very...
Where do they get them from? It is very hard to get them.
Now, there are some people who even know how to make the reusable pads. Actually, I'm trying to link up with them so that they can teach our girls how to make reusable pads, because they are just made like the way you make these face masks. So we have tailors, it's just the material. They have to use also a very good cotton material, because us ladies are very sensitive. But a very good material can last for one whole year. There is one they sell at 9,000. You get
is
around...
that not too more expensive than the ordinary that we are talking about?
You have like a whole dozen, a dozen at 9,000, but you're going to use this for a whole year, than having these disposable pads of 3,000 that you're going to buy every month. You get the difference.
3 months only.
Yes, but what I know is most ladies out there, they see reusable pads as unhygienic. They don't want to be washing it. It looks nasty, but you have to train yourself, because it's for your own good. It saves a lot, so I'll encourage them to give it a try.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. If you could please look into the camera and drop in your last message, especially for the girl child this evening, and we call it a day.
Thank you very much to all ladies outside there. let's take care of ourselves. I've always told my fellow girls, and especially the teenagers, that we shall give you advice, your teachers will give you, your parents will give you, but whenever you are two with your boyfriend, it is you to make a decision. So be very careful and think about the repercussions of most of these decisions you make, like having unprotected sex. You know what it will do to you. So if you don't take care of yourself, no one will take care of you. Even if you have very harsh parents, at one point your parent will not be there at home and you get a chance of going out there. But are you taking into consideration the repercussions of having unprotected sex? So please take care of yourself. COVID is real and HIV is real, pregnancy is real. When you get pregnant, you're going to drop out of school and you'll be left behind. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very, very much, my guest, Honorable Cynthia. And dear viewer, we are virtually coming to the end of our talk show this evening. She made mention of a lot of things, one of which that caught my attention that I would wish to re-echo is the issue of sanitary towel for the girl child, because statistics have shown that a number of teenage mothers are in our communities, and this has emanated from the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown where schools have been closed. And what does this mean? Sometimes it beats my understanding why a packet of condom is so cheap, but a packet of sanitary pad is more expensive. Government should be able to look into that. Good evening. We are lighting the region. Enjoy your night.